real quick, because I mean, this is a great question, and even when you asked it, it was like, I was wondering how long it was going to take, because it's one of the main questions that people ask. Who here has played Uncharted? Okay, Rocket. Yay, I love the game. Never before has that been an underdog game become so successful, right? Because it was a sleeper. It wasn't until PlayStation packaged it with the PS3 that all of a sudden people were like, oh, this game is amazing. And then, of course, the second, I don't know if you guys heard, but the Spike TV Awards, GDC, it completely swept it. That game has completely changed the faces of how video games are made now. Naughty Dog, which is the studio that made the game, everyone, and especially in LA, and I'm sure everywhere else is saying, we want to do things now the Naughty Dog way. The way that Uncharted did it was they actually mocapped, performance captured, all of the actors on a stage. Yeah. The scene where they're like riding down the trail in the Jeep and he's firing, they actually were in a Jeep that was moving, turning around, firing, okay? So it was real. That is, Nate Drake is Nolan North. That character is completely built around him. The Force Unleashed did something very, very similar to where they had no character reference for The Apprentice. They went through headshot for headshot, did a full film audition process and a voiceover process to find The Apprentice, as well as, what's her name, the chick that was in it. I can't remember, yeah, thank you. And when they found the guy, then they built the model. So it looked exactly like him. If you ever see the guy, he's on CSI or something else, it looks exactly like him. So the way that they're doing games now, this is every AAA title that's going to be coming out in the next 2 years is all going to be mocapped. Without taking the lid off of all the games that are being very secret, you're going to see more and more of that. And to me, films or games are going more cinematic. So the main thing that's between anime and video games now is the way that they're being made. Because anime is still going to be true to, transforming typically a manga into an animated form. And video games are now trying to see how cinematic and realistic they can get.
Which means basically gets back to what we've been saying all along, and that is you have to be a good actor. Yeah. Because if you're not a good actor, then obviously you can't do the voice acting, but you sure as hell can't do the on-camera stuff, because that's what basically they're shooting these things. Like Troy was saying, like movies now. I just had an audition for a lead in a big title, actually. And the whole thing is going to be shot just like you're talking about, and they're going to do basically shoot it like a movie. And they're going to mocap the whole thing, and then, if there's any sweetening or whatever, we'll go back in the studio and re-voice and stuff, but it's all going to be filmed like you're actually doing a film.
Now they have like height requirements.
Okay, can I say something?
Sure, please.
Well, アニメーションとビデオのゲームの一番の違いというのは、日本は特にそうなのかもしれませんけれど、全部のキャラクター一緒にレコーディングするんですね。アニメーションの場合だと TV プログラムもそうだし、ただそれと違ってビデオゲームの場合は自分のキャラクターの声だけを一人で撮っていく。アメリカの場合はどうなの？逆に聞きたいんだけれど、アニメーションを撮る場合とかレコーディングするときに自分のキャラクターだけを抜き取りというか撮っていくと思うんですよ。でも日本の場合はアニメーションを作るときっていうのは一つのスタジオに全部のキャラクターが集まって一緒にやるんですね。そこの違いが一番大きいのかなと僕は思うんですけれど、ビデオゲームの場合は全部一人一人自分の役をやっていくんですが、そこの違いが一番日本では大きいのかなという気がします。
In Japan, at least, the major difference between anime and video game recording is that in anime, the actors all record their roles together at once. However, when it comes to recording for video games, they each record for their characters separately. I hear that it's different when it comes to American anime studio recording. I hear that they record separately. But in Japan, but in Japan, for one given studio, all of the actors gather together and record their characters' roles together. So the fact that we record alone in video games is the biggest difference in Japan.
そして今、彼は言ったと思うんですけれど、いいアクターでなければ、ボイスも良くならないと思うし、そういう意味では、心の中から出てくるもの、演技者として、それが一番大事なのかなと思います。
And I think that he just said it a moment ago, but you have to be a good actor in order for the acting to really come out through your voice. You have to be able to act what's coming from your heart, what you're feeling in your heart at that moment. And good voice acting comes from that, I think. And that's the same from Japan and England.